Hello again. This is Ryan Woods. We are continuing to unpack Romans chapter 8, verses 12 through 17, and we're going to be in verse 16 today as we explore this new identity that we have given to us by the Spirit to be sons of God and children of God. And today we're in children of God. Now, how does children of God and sons of God differ? I'm going to read chapter 8, verse 16 of Romans, and then we're going to get into that because it says, "The Spirit of Himself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God and fellow heirs with Christ, provided we suffer with Him, in order that we may also be glorified with Him." So, when you look at the word choice that Paul has of saying that the Spirit allows us to have adoption as sons of God, but also that we are children of God, there's a key distinction between. While son is a relational status, saying that you've been adopted into God's family, not as adopted like you're second class, but adopted into the fullness of the relationship that you have, where you can cry, "Abba, Father." On the flip side, children of God is saying that because we're a child of God, children are due, because of their relationship with their parents, to inherit stuff from their family. That because we're children, we are to be expected to be the heirs of who our Father is. And so to say we are children, it says in verse 15, "If children, then heirs." So it's this expected relationship of status where we are to be expecting something in the future because of our position, the next step in the line of giving of what you have. But what does God have to give? It says, "If children, then heirs, heirs of God and fellow heirs with Christ." Well, we are to inherit along with Christ, a position in His family, ruling over the kingdom with Jesus to come, but also the expectation of all the promises that He's given us. So that is this expectation because of our status as children to say, we have to come to look forward to in the future. Our identity as sons gives us the direction of our new life with Christ. As children, say, I know where I'm going to be with the Father. I know what I'm to expect to have, the inheritance of His kingdom, and to be fellow heirs with Christ, to co-reign and to co-rule over this new kingdom with the ability to be in His family. That this is a very exciting position to be in, and it's one of expectation. So I want to give this thought experiment, because sometimes that can be a little bit confusing because not everyone is the heir to a kingdom. I know I'm not. At least I hope I am in the future. Maybe I'm not. We'll find out. Maybe I'll get something cool, like a cool pen that my grandpa got when he was a kid. I'm not sure. But I want to do a thought experiment. Imagine that your parents told you that you were actually secretly heirs. Cool, but heirs to what? To heirs of a faraway kingdom that's you're going to have all the riches that you could ever imagine. Maybe you'll have a castle, or maybe two. Maybe it's in some faraway, European mountain kingdom where you're wow, I'm in the Lord of the Rings with this elven kingdom. There's waterfalls here. This is all something that I'm going to get, that I'm expected to be able to receive. You've been holding out on me? Our family has all this? I didn't know. I thought I grew up in South Florida, or I just fished on kayaks and I went to the beach. We were secretly heirs this whole time? I think that's going to imagine you're there. I think that would change your identity, change who you believe you are. For me, if I found out that I had this beautiful kingdom to inherit in the future, I wouldn't really think of myself as this South Florida boy that grew up fishing, that did woodworking with his father. I'd be no, I'm a prince. This is awesome. And I'm going to start living as though I am this new identity. I didn't realize I had this. And this is what that Paul is writing. That's what he's saying. The Spirit Himself bears witness, saying this is true, that we are children of God. And if children, then heirs. Heirs and fellow heirs with Christ. We are heirs to the kingdom that God is creating. We are called to live in the identity, in this expectation of the path, the direction we're going. And because we're living with our sins forgiven, with the promise of salvation and the promise of being with Him forever, we can rejoice. That's going to change your identity. We're not thinking about what we once were or the position where we once lived or what we once did. We are saying, I'm living in hopeful expectation of this new life that I have as a child of God. And that's what Paul's saying. So we're sons of God with the relationship, children of God with the expectation of this new direction of our life, with the hopeful expectation of what is to come. And so we're going to finish up tomorrow. We're going to wrap it all up. But again, we didn't spend today trying to figure out how to not sin or to focus on the things we did wrong and to stop doing them. We're just talking about what we are to expect. And because we're expecting such grace, goodness, and hopeful expectation, we have this new identity. We can rejoice in that, and we can live according to that. I'll see you tomorrow to finish up this week. I'll see you guys later.